Advocates say you never know when someone is going to respect a court order and when they're not. What can be done to protect victims? Well, that takes a community effort.
Quiet suburb of Bethel, the latest Connecticut community to grapple with domestic violence turned homicide and suicide. By the time police arrived at this home on Reservoir Street Tuesday night, it was already too late for a beloved mother and hairdresser. Traci Jones had recently filed a restraining order against her husband, Lester.
It's a public health crisis, and it is rampant.
Implementing public policy to combat domestic violence, an ever-evolving theme at the state capitol. Last year, lawmakers funded counselors at 18 court locations and increased access to restraining orders for people experiencing emotional abuse. Senate President Pro Tem Martin Looney says domestic violence is a priority again this year.
To look at everything we can possibly do, to look at models of what other states are doing and make sure we have best policies adopted in every single area.
Specifically this year, Senate Democrats say they are looking to create more awareness surrounding the most vulnerable times for victims, the time after someone files a protective order or divorce.
We want to increase communications to make it known that law enforcement in the area should know that vulnerable period so that information is shared, that an order has been served.
But when a court-ordered piece of paper isn't enough, what can victims and loved ones do to protect people victimized by intimate partners? First and foremost, be in touch with a domestic violence agency like Interval House, where a victim advocate can help with a safety plan.
A safety plan is a dynamic plan. It changes depending on the circumstances all the time.
Traci's friends now taking to her Facebook page to say this should have never happened. Restraining orders mean nothing, just a slap on the wrist piece of paper. Mary Jane Foster of Interval House says it can be totally unpredictable who respects a restraining order and who doesn't. That's why the community needs to get involved.
A victim or a survivor is isolated. That's what happens in these situations. And when that victim is isolated, he or she is in more danger. So stay in touch with your family members, your friends, your colleagues, anyone you think might be in danger. Stay in touch.
And according to state law, Lester Jones would have been required to surrender his weapons to police when his wife filed for that restraining order. It's unclear if he did that. We did reach out to Bethel police. We have not heard back. I'm Samaya Hernandez, Fox 61 News.